Welcome to the October 23, 2024 City of Mesa Planning and Zoning Board public hearing. We will begin by taking roll call of our members. Chair Ayers is excused today. I am Vice Chair Jeff Pitcher. Board Member Peterson.
Here.
Board Member Montez.
Here.
Board Member Blakeman.
Here.
Board Member Carpenter.
Here.
And Board Member Farnsworth.
Here.
As part of today's agenda, we have a consent agenda, and it will be read into the record and acted in one motion. They will not be discussed individually. There was a question as to whether one of the items has come off the consent agenda. Is it? Do we have a blue card?
Vice Chair Pitcher, excuse me. We did receive a request to speak on item 3E. I haven't received confirmation that Kelsey is online. Kelsey, if you are on the Zoom meeting, can you raise your hand, please, so that we can identify you? Vice Chair Pitcher, I have received word that we have not received any.
So with that, does that then go back on the consent agenda?
Vice Chair, yes, you can put it back on the consent agenda.
Okay. Then all the matters are on the consent agenda. So Board Member Peterson has volunteered to do that, but we need to, there are a couple of, Board Member Blakeman needs to recuse herself on one of them, and we have a clarification on one of the other.
And Vice Chair Pitcher, 3B will not be on consent. That will be pulled from the consent calendar, and you'll hold a public hearing separate for that.
Okay.
So just quickly for myself regarding item 3D, just wanted to declare for the record there's no relationship between myself and the applicant.
And Board Member Blakeman, do you want to?
Well, when we get to
when we get to that one. All right.
Ready?
Go ahead.
All right. There is on the screens up here somebody sharing their computer screen that we're seeing here for some reason. Their email and everything. There we go.
Yep, it's good.
Okay. All right, consent agenda for Wednesday, October 23rd, Mesa Planning and Zoning Board. The items are item 2A, minutes from the October 9, 2024 Planning and Zoning Board meeting. Discuss and make recommendations to the City Council on the following zoning cases. Item 3A, ZON 2300-00771, the 5-6, District 2. Located west of Rucker Road and north of Main Street, rezoned from limited commercial to multiple residence 4 with a planned area development overlay, RM4 PAD and site plan review. This request will allow for a multiple residence development. Recommendation is approval with conditions. Item 3C, ZON 23-00935, Mesa Shopping Center, Final Phase, District 4. Located west of Mesa Drive and south of Southern Avenue. Major site plan modification. This request will allow for a limited service restaurant with a drive-through facility. Recommendation is approval with conditions. Item 3D, ZON 23-00994, ESS Building E, District 2, located north of Southern Avenue and east of Greenfield Road, rezoned from single residence 6 with the planned area development overlay and limited commercial to limited commercial with the planned area development overlay. Council use permit and major site plan modification. This request will allow for the expansion of a mini storage facility. Recommendation is approval with conditions. Item 3E, ZON 24-00602, Mesa Royale, District 4, located west of Country Club on the north side of Main Street. Rezoned from general commercial to GC with a planned area development overlay. Council use permit and site plan review. This request will allow for a multiple residence development. Recommendation is approval with conditions. Item 3F, ZON 24-00649, Avalon Ranch, lots 4, 5, and 6, District 6. Located south of Elliott Road on the east side of Power Road. rezone from limited commercial to limited commercial with a bonus intensity zone overlay and major site plan modification. This request will allow for a modification to a group commercial center. Recommendation is approval with conditions. Make a recommendation to the City Council regarding the following proposed amendment to the Mesa City Code. Item 4A, proposed amendments to Chapters 6, 7, 8, 81, and 87 of Title 11 of the Mesa City Code pertaining to adaptive reuse. The text amendments include but are not limited to adding Chapter 81, adaptive reuse permit, modifying land use tables to permit multiple residential use in commercial, industrial, and downtown districts if they qualify for an adaptive reuse permit, adding definitions for adaptive reuse permit, existing commercial office and mixed-use building, low-income housing, moderate-income housing, and multiple residence reuse. Recommendation is adoption. And item 4B, proposed amendments to counts to Chapter 67 and 87 of Title 11 of the Mesa City Code pertaining to residential zoning application review timeframes. The text amendments include, but are not limited to, adding a time frame for administrative completeness review for residential zoning applications, adding a process for residential zoning applications that are deemed incomplete, adding a time frame for approving or denying residential zoning applications, providing exceptions from the residential zoning application timeframes, and adding a definition of residential zoning application. Recommendation is to continue to the November 13, 2024 Planning and Zoning Board meeting. And that concludes the consent agenda.
Thank you, Board Member Peterson. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I motion to approve the consent agenda.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Please vote. All have voted in favor, so we will continue on. Now, how do you want to handle, is it 3B?
Yeah, I will be recusing myself from 3B.
Thank you.
And so Vice Chair Pitcher, you'll open the public hearing, ask for comments, then we'll close the public hearing, then the board can vote.
Okay, because I don't have any blue cards. Are there any blue cards for this?
Do we need to have a public hearing?
Okay.
No, but Vice Chair Pitcher, because it's off consent, you'll open the public hearing, ask if there's any comments,
Okay.
and then close the public.
And so we need to go through the whole presentation again, or can we dispense?
Vice Chair Pitcher, that's at your discretion. We don't have to go through that presentation again because we did have it in study session, so you don't
Wanna
have
have
to
it
have
again?
that presentation.
Okay, we're okay dispensing with that, so we'll open it for public comment right now. This is item 3B, Fiesta Redefined, on the agenda, and if there are any members of the public that would like to come up and talk, please do. But I thought I did, but I'll do it again. I'll open the public hearing. Are there any members of the public that would like to speak?
Vice Chair Pitcher, we did not receive any requests to speak on this item.
Then we will close the public hearing. I'll ask, but do you have any comments on this?
No comment.
Thank you. Then I'll entertain a motion for approval. Or does it-
Motion.
No, you got to read it. Motion to approve item 3B, ZON 23-00859, Fiesta Redefined, District 3, located south of Southern Avenue and west of Alma School Road, rezoned from limited commercial to infill development, District 2. This request will allow for a mixed-use development. Recommendation is approval with conditions.
Do I have a motion?
No, that was the motion.
That was the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. And please vote. Thank you. With all voting yes and one abstention and one absent, the motion passes. Are there any updates that we need to be aware of?
Vice Chair Pitcher, no additional updates.
Thank you. Then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Any second?
Second.
It passes unanimously. Thank you, everyone.